Hello, this is meteorologist Ted Keller. A little bit different recording tonight. While I will talk a little bit about how thunderstorms tomorrow will affect the Ozarks, this particular recording has more to do with my chase opportunity tomorrow and some of the decisions I think I'll be making based on current forecast trends. First, as you're seeing, the Storm Prediction Center's current as of late this morning's forecast for tomorrow for severe weather. You can see there's a moderate risk of severe thunderstorms here. This corresponds to about a 15% chance. I don't have the graphic, but a 15% chance of tornado development with a SIG tornado in there as well. And then we have a 10% tornado chance basically in this area. So that's a pretty good outlook. Everything is just generally speaking looking fairly active tomorrow, with kind of two areas that I would be watching, one happening slightly before the other. And you'll notice if you are watching in the Ozarks that, yes, most, if not all, of the Ozarks are in the slight risk area. That's the yellow here. And then also we have an enhanced risk. And you'll see the radar loop I'll show you here, and that'll make that a little bit more clear what's going on. Here it is. Now, this is the high resolution model that comes out every hour. This one ran at about 1 o'clock this afternoon, and you can clearly see that we have a couple of areas of development. Right here is number one area that I'd be focusing, and then number two would be this area right here. If you watch the loop start over again, that'll be about right here is where I'd be watching. That's about 6, 7 o'clock. Notice that the squall line does make it into the Ozarks. Also notice as it moves into the Ozarks, it has several bowing segments. So that does mean that there's a potential for rotation in some of those, like right there, for instance. And that would be getting here sometime. I'll let the loop go again, but right here is about, this is about 11 o'clock, and that's about 2 o'clock. So that'll kind of give you a time frame of when that's expected to roll in. Anyway, here's the 500 millibar flow. This is a vigorous pattern, very vigorous. In fact, there are a couple of short waves in the main flow here. These are just things that can actually initiate thunderstorm development, especially if they pass over the dry line or some sort of boundary. So right here we have, oh, I didn't mean to do that at all. Sorry. Let's throw over here. We have one right there. We have another one right there. This is what I think will initiate some initial activity here in south central Kansas, while this one right here is what's going to move eventually over this part of Oklahoma by later on in the evening. The models may be underdoing some of the development along that part of the boundary because the radar loop didn't really show much activity there, and that does happen sometimes. If you take a look at the Cape, the unstable air, you'll notice that at 4 o'clock tomorrow that we have kind of a peak area here where we're at the nose of unstable air. So that's why I think this area right here by at least 4 o'clock would be very good. I plan on being there a little bit earlier than that. I'd like to be around, and by the way, that's Wichita is right here. So I'd be targeting the county southwest of Wichita, Harper County, I think it is. And that's where I'd be going. I'd like to be there about noon or so tomorrow. So that's about a 7 a.m. departure. There is more unstable air to the south, certainly. If I were to move this ahead from 21Z, no, we'll still look at the significant tornado parameter. So this is the best combination of a couple of things. Again, it doesn't suggest storm mode, but if we do have isolated supercells, this is looking pretty good in this area. Basically, in all areas west of Wichita. Again, this is 4 o'clock. But I would think storm initiation would be back here somewhere and then move like this. So that's something I'd be watching for. I would want to be in position waiting on that. So that's a significant tornado parameter. By the way, this is still the HRRR run, the high resolution run. Now we're going to switch to the NAM. This is the 500 millibar flow again. This is at 4 o'clock. Again, kind of a subtle hint at a little short wave there, and certainly one there. All right. And then we move this ahead by 6 hours. This is 10 o'clock. And you'll notice that strong jet stream winds are still coming into Texas. The dry line is still active here. So I do think that outer thunderstorms will be developing in this part of Oklahoma well into the nighttime hours, I believe. Anyway, this is the Cape from the NAM. Similar, we have this nose of unstable air. It just goes a little bit more to the north. But anywhere in this zone is going to be more than ample instability to create severe thunderstorms. The significant tornado parameter at 4 o'clock on the NAM, pretty similar to what you saw there, just a little bit maybe more to the north and out here a little bit more. But I show this because what I want to do is move this parameter to 7 o'clock still pretty strong here. I think the line might be linear by then. That doesn't mean it can't produce a significant tornado. It just means for chasers, it's not as easy to do, is one way to put it. And then look what happens if I advance this to 10 o'clock at night through parts of Oklahoma. So if there's any room for initiation here at all with the jet stream nosing into that area, I think that could be really bad news for them. Anyway, that's the chase kind of look. So what I would do tomorrow, just based on the current information, is I would again go out to, I believe it's Harper County, right in this area here, wait for any storms to initiate, and then drop south by about 6, 7 o'clock or so, if this is no good anymore or if it's gone linear, and then see what I can catch in north central or even central Oklahoma before it gets too dark to see anything. And again, that's my chase summary for tomorrow, Monday. That would be the 6th of May. So again, if you're in the Ozarks, watch for that line of storms to arrive sometime around 10, 11 o'clock at night and last into the early morning hours. That's it for me now. Hopefully another report's coming your way soon, probably by tomorrow morning.